Look at this dude.
Whoosh poppin', everybody, welcome back to another video. Hey man, if you haven't already done so, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, smash the like button, click that bell while you're at it so you can be a part of the Post Noti Gang family. Best family on YouTube, and that's no cap, hands down. Hey man, we are here for Ray William Johnson. This model faked her own kidnapping. I'm gonna assume for money. She probably faked the kidnapping and then did the whole ransom thing. Send $100,000 and we'll let her go. Blah, 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 blah. But we're about to find out. Let's talk more reacting. Let's dive right into this video. Let's go.
Did this woman fake her own kidnapping just to jumpstart her modeling career? Now, the woman's name is Chloe. And
To jumpstart it. So she wasn't like a successful model yet?
Chloe's 20 years old, living in London, and Chloe loves attention. Like, she's very fame hungry.
I ain't gonna lie, I hate those type of people, man. It doesn't even have to be a female. There's dudes out here that be doing the same thing, man. They attention seekers, bro. I hate people like that.
Take attention any way she can get it. And Chloe's also a model, and she's doing pretty well at that. She's got an agent, and she's like booking gigs and stuff. But one day in 2017, she gets an offer to do a shoot in Milan, Italy. And this is great for her. I mean, she'll make some extra money, she'll get some exposure, and she'll get to travel and see Italy. And so Chloe flies from England all the way down to Italy. And there she takes a taxi to the location, which ends up being an old abandoned warehouse.
Yeah, that doesn't seem sketchy at all.
An abandoned warehouse immediately sounds sketchy, but a lot of modeling shoots happen in these kind of places because sometimes they just want that aesthetic. So Chloe thinks, alright, whatever, and she heads in. Once she gets into the building...
Man, I would not go to a dump to do a modeling shoot. Nah, hell nah. I don't... The aesthetics of it, what? I'm cool.
And suddenly, boom, a man grabs her from behind and another man sticks her with a needle full of ketamine.
So is this a fake kidnapping or is this an actual kidnapping?
And pretty quickly, Chloe passes out. Then the two-man handcuff her, put her in a duffel bag, and they throw her in the trunk of a car. And as she fades in and out of consciousness, the kidnappers drive from Milan about 130 miles over to the city of Turin. And there, they end up at a little farmhouse away from the city. Once inside, she finally gets to meet her two kidnappers. This guy, Lucas, and his brother, this guy, Michael. So Lucas and Michael, they handcuff her to a dresser so that she can't run away, and they just leave her there while she just cries, I guess. Then, about a day later, Lucas comes to talk to her, and he explains to her that he is part of this dangerous Romanian crime.
This doesn't seem like a fake kidnapping, so I'm kind of confused. But first off, you should have done a little bit of research before flying to a whole different area and going into a sketchy warehouse, bruh. That's just red flag after red flag. Research, as in like whoever was trying to hire you to be a model for their brand or whatever the case may be. Do a little bit of research. What the
Crime gang called the Black Death Group, which Black Death Group immediately sounds made up. But he tells her not to try and escape because the whole farmhouse outside is surrounded by Black Death Group foot soldiers. He then explains that Black Death Group is planning on selling her as a sex slave to some guys in the Middle East, and that once these Middle Eastern guys are bored with her, that they're gonna probably feed her to tigers. Like,
that's what they do in the Middle East when they get tired of you. They just throw you to the tigers. Damn, that's ruthless.
What? And at some point, Lucas takes this picture of her.
She did?
And he sends it in an email to Chloe's agent. And in this email, he says, we, the Black Death Group, have kidnapped Chloe. And if you don't pay us 300,000 euros ransom, we're gonna sell her on the dark web. And over the course of the week, Chloe sleeps next to Lucas in his bed. I guess she's just happy.
So when did it go from the real kidnapping to all of a sudden we're cuddling in bed? Like, how did we get to that point?
to sleep somewhere that isn't the floor. But during that week, Lucas really starts to open up to her. He tells her about being part of the Black Death group, but he says that he doesn't really want to be part of the organization anymore. He had been thinking about leaving, but that he really wants to rescue her, and that he's putting himself at a lot of risk to do so.
So it was a real kidnapping, but so eventually she ends up pretty much joining in on it. Like, that's what she's doing. So essentially it started off as a real kidnapping ransom, turned into let's become partners and a team, do it together type ish. That's what it turned into.
And so he's like, well, you know, you and I, we're basically on the same side. And I guess Chloe, like, believes him because she begs him to let her go. I mean, she has a 2-year-old son at home, she says. And at the very least, she wants him to let her see a picture of her son. And Lucas is like, oh, snap, you have a kid? He then tells her that the Black
Oh, snap, you got a kid? Oh, shit, this just turned worse.
Death group has certain rules they like to follow, like they don't traffic women who are young mothers. Which is weird that this trafficking group has a strict code of ethics. Regardless, because she's a young mother...
I mean, typically you do, though. Like, even like gang members and stuff, like there's principles to it. Like, you don't go after kids. Like, if you got beef with somebody, you don't go after the man's kids, you feel me, or wife, or anything in that nature. You don't do that. Whatever beef you got with that person is with that person. Nothing else. You don't touch family members, bruh. Like, you just don't do that. So,
Lucas says,
so typically groups like that, like, they'll have certain, you know, they got rules of their own. You feel me? Like, they just, obviously, they're still criminals, but they still follow certain rules. You feel me?
that the Black Death group has agreed to let her go. And just like that, they went through all this trouble of luring her in and kidnapping her, but she has a kid, so I guess their plans are totally foiled. Now, if what this kidnapper is doing isn't making sense to you, it's because the guy doesn't make sense. This kidnapper is full of shit. He's not a criminal mastermind, he's just a frickin' liar. There is no Romanian crime gang, the Black Death group. There are no foot soldiers outside the farmhouse, and he certainly isn't about to turn on the Black Death group in order to rescue Chloe. He and his brother Michael pulled off this kidnapping by themselves in order to get some ransom money, but it also sounds like somewhere along the way, Lucas decides to try and smash with Chloe by telling her, no.
This just is so messy, bro. So there is no death group. Nothing like that. It's two guys, brothers, that needed some money. They kidnapped a model. They're wanting to do the ransom. And one of the brothers, Lucas, falls in love.
Oh no, but I'm really here to rescue you. But whatever, Chloe doesn't know any better. She's scared for her life, so she believes everything he's telling her. Anyway, after 6 days in captivity, Lucas decides he's gonna let her go. And he comes up with a plan to exonerate himself as well and make himself look like a hero. His idea is to drive Chloe to the nearby British consulate. Then they will both just walk in. And Chloe can lie to them and say that he's her friend and that she called him to come rescue her. And she'll get to go back home, and Lucas won't get in trouble with the police, and he'll look like a hero. And so Chloe agrees to this plan. And he drives her to the nearby British consulate.
So it's not like she teamed up with him. At the end of the day, she's just trying to do anything and everything to get out of the situation. So she's gonna, okay, yeah, I'll just say you're my friend. She don't care what she has to do as long as she gets to go home. You feel me?
The two walk into the building, and Chloe tells the people working there that she was kidnapped for 6 days and had just been released. And then she lies and says that she got someone's phone and called her friend Lucas there to come save her, and that's what he did. And I'm sure the consulate's like, holy shit, what the... And so they get the police involved. And pretty quickly, Chloe is telling this whole story to the police, that she was kidnapped, but that Lucas came to rescue her. But see, police, they're skeptical that Lucas actually came to rescue her. She claims that she called him to come help her. So the police are like, oh yeah? Well, what's Lucas's number? And Chloe's like,
I mean, I don't know my friends' numbers by heart. The only numbers that I know by heart is my phone number, my mom's number, and my dad's number. That's the only numbers I have memorized in my head, bruh. No cap.
Because, you know, she doesn't know it. And so police are like, alright, tell us what really happened. So then Chloe tells them what really happened. That she went to Milan for a modeling shoot, and that when she showed up, Lucas himself and his brother Michael actually kidnapped her. And so police investigate all this, and they immediately find that the Black Death group doesn't exist, like it's completely made up, and that Lucas is just a shady dude. However, they're also skeptical of Chloe's story, because they have evidence that while Chloe...
At the end of the day, I don't think Chloe could get in trouble, though. Because, I mean, right now that she's in police custody, she's safe now. This is when you can come clean about it. Who cares about Lucas? You feel me? Like, who cares? So this is your chance to come clean, to obviously, so that you don't get in trouble for one. But, like... if you continue, I guess in other ways of saying it, if you continue going down the route of lying, you will get charged. But you won't get in trouble, because at the end of the day, you are a victim. So if you just come clean, you're in safe hands now. You're in custody. You're good. You don't have to worry about Lucas coming after you or the brother coming after you. I would just come clean. Be like, man, that mo is a liar.
Captive, Lucas took her shoe shopping, and they were holding hands in the store. Lucas also took her to breakfast at a cafe at one point, and she didn't, like, try to run away or anything. And why was she so prepared to lie for the guy, her own kidnapper? Was it all a hoax? I mean, she really loves attention, we've already established that, but was she in on it, hoping to get some fame from it so that she can jumpstart her modeling career? And when police ask Chloe all this, she basically claims that she was just being nice to Lucas because she believed that the Black Death group were all around watching, and that Lucas was actually trying to help her get away from them. Anyway, and so, kaboom, this story blows up, and the media's all over it, like, wow, a model gets kidnapped. However, a lot of them are doubting Chloe's version of events.
Many accused her of making the whole story up, an elaborate publicity.
There is no coming back from this. Once you get caught like this and get canceled, you can't come back from this. You got the attention. What was her name? Chloe, you definitely got the attention you wanted, but this is definitely not the attention you should have gone after, bruh.
He stunt for fame and fortune.
Also, bam, police arrest Lucas. Here's his mugshot. And Lucas tells police a completely different story. He says that he and Chloe actually orchestrated the whole kidnapping together to give her more fame and jumpstart her modeling career. However, when police investigate and look into everything, they find no evidence that he and Chloe dreamed up this whole scheme together, but they do find mountains of evidence that Lucas and Michael acted on their own accord. And so, bam, they eventually arrest Michael too. Here's a picture of him. Ugh. And so Lucas is found guilty of kidnapping and extortion, and he gets 16 years in prison, while Michael is also sentenced to 16 years in prison.
Damn.
And thank you to Leonardo.ai.
What happened to Chloe? Did she just go home?
For sponsoring this video. If you want to make badass art for your videos like this or like this.
Okay, it's just an ad. What happened to... Did he explain what happened to Chloe? Did she get jail time? Did she just go home? Like, what happened? Alright, y'all. If you guys made it to the end, I do greatly appreciate it. Smash the like button, leave a comment, click that bell while you're at it. Till next time, I'm going to see y'all next time. I'm out.